Hello, all you gorgeous people. Welcome back to the Golden Girls channel once again. Today we're talking about performing the identity of the perfect woman with the perfect body. And we're also talking about the modeling industry and its effects and consequences, especially when it comes to photoshopping and specific sizing when it comes to modeling. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we definitely, when we were coming up with our causes the other day, I think one that everybody circled as one of their main causes of body image struggles was social media, or the modeling industry. So what we're going to do is you are going to go through these magazines, you're going to cut out different body parts, whether they're eyes or lips or breasts, that you think make the perfect body. You know, they have boobs where, you know, they're always, they're perky, they're up, they're large, but they're not, like, too big. Yeah, thin arms, they have, like, perfect abs, they have a tiny waist, a really wide hips, and obviously I couldn't draw a butt, but they have a big butt, and they have thick thighs, but by thick thighs, you know, they're, like, that perfect shape where they just meet in the middle, where you don't have a thigh gap, but they're not big or anything like that.
Mine's not nearly as detailed, but I just like, yeah. Oh, collarbones, I think are like, I know they're not like a big thing for most people, but I think
they're very like,
it's like a feminine kind of thing to have prominent collarbones. So,
just mine. I mean, the only thing that you guys probably didn't say is like the jawline.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like a defined face shape.
Okay. Just like basically what you said, but like, you know, like perfect body. Like they have like hips, but like they're really skinny and like really tall.
Oh, height. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I literally only found like a head and legs, so I drew in my torso.
I just put like, I put mom. Cause like, a lot of people expect women to be like moms.
But somehow still have the perfect body after.
Then I put like feminine and like flirty and like, also the jawline and the collarbone.
Oh.
And no armpit.
Oh, true, no armpit. No body hair, too.
Yeah. I like added this one to show like no stretch marks and kind of like not quite having abs to the point where she's like muscular, but still having like, you know, the middle line.
Yeah.
And long legs I think are a big part of it, and then just like fashion.
The cute little nose and freckles and lips and like perfect body and legs and super long hair that obviously like goes down to her feet. You know, and I also added a bunch of like little words that is like the like perfect woman's like married or dating, and I like this one, fancy but not too fancy. And private, and soft skin, and an angel, and busy, beautiful life.
Also, another thing is no like stomach fat at all.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely flat stomach.
Even though we naturally need to have that, as I mentioned last time. Okay, so what I want to do then is go around. I want you guys to say what you feel you have the most pressure to work on to get to this body. I have a very small waist and I have a bigger butt, but I don't have wide hips, so I usually feel the most pressure to fit this image by having, you know, that waistline that somehow follows like the smooth wide hips, and there's no hip dip or anything like that.
I think like a smaller torso in general.
Smaller torso. Cool.
Like not just like a flatter stomach, although that would be good, but like just like smaller, like
waist and all that.
And like rib cage as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a smaller person.
Oh, well, one thing we didn't mention, probably like teeth.
Oh, is that yeah, that's what you would say. I'll put that in here.
The like don't know if it's like the natural look, like that, like you're not wearing makeup, like you're still like really, really pretty.
I have to say I have a really round face, so like jawline.
The jawline.
Probably butt.
But
We also forgot like clear skin, but like for me it would probably be like torso.
Yeah, for me it's clear skin.
Boobs also.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, we insecure.
So okay. What pops out to me most about the features that we chose, these are the things that people see first, right? Your boobs are out there. That's something somebody immediately sees. Your shape of the face, your face. A lot of what we said had to do with, you know, your face, your skin, your shape, your all of that. And also, you know, your stomach and your butt, that's your general body shape, you know? I don't know, what do you guys like notice about these?
I think it's sad that like we feel so pressured to change literally every aspect of our bodies from society. Like that is the perfect woman, but like every single one of us has an issue with like these things. Like it's like
exactly.
A lot of it is stuff that my last boyfriend was looking for. My last ex, before I was gay. He was like all the girls he dated before me had like really big butts. They were really curvy. They were really busty. They didn't wear makeup. They had really defined jaws.
Yeah.
And he like would talk about it a lot with me while we were dating.
That's not okay.
I think it's kind of sad that like all of us like know the agreed upon perfect features.
And not only that, but I asked you guys, what do you feel the most pressure to fit into? And you guys answered immediately. I answered immediately, you know? And I think the majority of the people in this room consider ourselves pretty confident, and the fact that we so easily are able to recognize what we think is perfect and try to fix ourselves, although that's not a great word. But also recognizing that this is one specific body type. There's so many different combinations, and the fact that this is the perfect body type is created with unnatural things, right? The no makeup look is done with makeup. The perfect torso is done with Photoshop usually. The height, Photoshop or crazy jeans, you know? Like the big full lips, lip injections, the butt, you know? And the thing too is, even if they're done in natural ways, you know, people are like, oh, you know, I work out every morning for 2 hours, I take my protein shake, and that's how I have a big butt. And I don't have words to like express the frustration over it. Finding what we think is the perfect person is just an easier step towards recognizing that there is no perfect person and that everybody is a perfect person. So we watched 2 videos by the model Iskra Lawrence. For those of you who don't know much about her, she is a pretty famous model. She works with the body positive movement. She's also an ambassador for the National Eating Disorder Association and does a lot of fundraising and walks with them. And I think most importantly is for the past couple of years she has released all of her photos released have been untouched, unphotoshopped, have been her true natural body, and she has a YouTube channel where she makes self-care Sunday videos and talks about living a healthy life and loving your body. The first video that we watched was about how she came to love her body and love herself. If you want to go check out the video, I highly recommend it. It's very interesting, especially coming from a woman who entered puberty at a younger age than most girls, and she is naturally more curvy.
Did you say she's a plus size model? Mm-hmm. I didn't think at all she'd be.
Yeah, and but it's just like how normal modeling, they're like a size 0 or 2, right? They take the smallest possible. The second video that we watched was about why she stopped photoshopping her images and why she's now choosing to only work with brands who will take her unedited. As you can see, the difference between how she used to Photoshop her images versus how she naturally produces them now is really, really different.
Welcome back to Self-Care Sundays.
Relate. Kind of funny.
Same, Abby. I relate.
It's like, oh, you're too big for this, but you're too small for that. So then, what are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like size 8-10 in most things, most stores, and like if you go into Like I got my prom dress at Windsor, and they don't do sizes. They do like small, medium, large.
Yeah.
And so I assumed I'd be a large because I'm tall, and I'm not. It's like a stick. So I got a large, but it was too big on me, and the medium is too small on me. So I don't know like where I fit, and like I think a lot of the sizings are so weird. Like as soon as I got to a 10, and like Forever 21, a 10 is a plus size. Like you have to go to the plus size section to get stuff.
I don't know if I can't find anything that fits me anymore.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys? Because I don't want to be like, oh, Photoshop is evil. They'll Photoshop. Like, what are your guys' opinions on it?
I think it's like it's kind of like a similar opinion to like plastic surgery. Is like, I mean, you should be able to do whatever makes you comfortable, but on the other side, it kind of feeds into the image of society's perfect girl. And just think, you know, like an impressionable, like 12-year-old girl goes on there and she's like, oh wow, this is what I need to look like. And that's the kind of stuff that makes eating disorders and depression and makes anxiety worse. And
Yeah.
I also don't feel like plus size should be a thing. I think it should just like
I
another
know.
size.
Why is it in the same place? Like I feel like it's like
You can, like,
discrimination.
still have
Like,
the same
why is it in a different area of the store?
Like you can still have like 0 to like what, like 30, and but just all in a rack. Like why does it like separate it? Like you have to go over there. Sorry.
Because I understand. So like Levi's, right? They have jeans and they have straight jeans and they have curvy jeans. So they're built for people who have a more curvy figure. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, with stores like Forever 21, you walk to one part of the store and you walk into plus size and it's the exact same clothing. It's not altered. It's just bigger. So what?
I know.
I feel like
so
if
weird.
I had to like go into a plus size section or just like any separated section for my body type, I feel like everybody would like stare at me and be like, why are you in that section? And I don't know.
Yeah.
That separation is really awkward.
You said like if you want to Photoshop, like that's your business. But as I was reading the comments in this video a couple days ago, and a girl who lives in Germany was saying that apparently in November they're going to pass a law that makes it so companies who use Photoshop or photo altering, they have to have a disclaimer at the bottom of the page. And I was like, that's awesome.
That's perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I thought that was so amazing because a lot of people, the concern about banning Photoshop or anything is that it's going to take away, you know, artistic rights and stuff. But it's amazing because, you know, when a 12-year-old impressionable girl looks at it, she goes, wow, this person's really skinny. And then you can look down on the bottom and say, oh, well, that's not natural.
I think that's like especially important with like plus size models
Yeah.
because when I see a lot of pictures of that, it's like they have wider hips, but they're still kind of flat.
Yeah.
Their stomach's still flat, which is like, I don't really get like how that works.
Generally, when I would think of a plus size model, I want to think of somebody who has, you know, folds and curves.
Oh, also, like, the whole, like, plus size thing, like, it's kind of the thing that makes, like, you know how some people, like, buy clothing that's not their size?
Yeah.
Because they're, like, cause I used to do that when I was, like younger
really
and I was, like, shopping with my friends. I would be like, oh, yeah, like, you guys are small, so, like, I'm gonna buy small. And then I would just waste my money on clothes that I couldn't wear. Like, so people who are, like, true to those plus sizes are not gonna want to go over there, and they're just gonna end up wasting their money and getting clothes that they're not comfortable in, and
or not being comfortable going into a store or shop.
Since we're on the topic of the female body, we decided to have a quick conversation about the Free the Nipple movement, and we shared our opinions on it, whether we think that it is justified or is not, and whether we think that the movement is treating women respectably.
Are male nipples sexual objects?
I bet they are.
At music festivals, I've seen guys like wear pasties, and I think that's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Like, why don't
There's been a whole movement where women have taken pictures of them topless and then they take a picture of their male friend's nipple and put it over theirs. And also, because the thing too is that people are so, it's obviously not the problem of the nipple, but with the breast, because, you know, somebody who is transgender FDM, after surgery, you know, I'm so glad that he can do that and feels comfortable showing his scars, but, you know, so it's obviously the fact that he's a man, not the fact that
now he can show his nipples in public. Like, I know so many transgender female male people that have gotten top surgery and they're so excited to finally go off, like, during summer and go shirtless on the beach or something. Like, they're so excited for that first, like, why can't, especially somebody, why can't they do that in the first place? Like, if they feel they're a man, I mean, they might have boobs, but, like, oh, okay.
Guys who are, like, more overweight or something and they have boobs, you know, they have bigger breasts, and I know some guys who have larger breasts than girls, but they're allowed to show their breasts. And it just is so confusing.
The fact that, like, I hate the fact that, like, okay, here's the areola, and here's a centimeter away from the areola, and I can show that, but I can't show my nipple. Like, the law actually says you can't show the nipple. Like, anything else is fine. If you wear a little tiny pasty or something, you're fine.
I was looking up the legal definition of nudity. It's quite ambiguous. It depends on the state you're in. It depends on what crime has been committed. Do any of you guys feel that, you know, because there's this whole stigma of female breasts and, you know, breasts are sex objects and breasts are sexual, do you ever feel, like, limited in your body confidence or what clothing you choose to wear?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
I hate bras with a passion.
I think the female nipples are so alienated, too, because there's so many different types of nipples, right? Because most guys' nipples, they're little and they're perky, right? Mm-hmm. But because of our areolas, because of the purpose of them, you know, as Abby and I joke about, because, you know, your nipples are very different when they're soft and hard. Yeah. I joke about my nipples when they're soft, I call them cheese puffs. How is that going to hurt? And all the controversy over public breastfeeding, I'm like,
I saw somebody get, like, escorted out of the mall because they were breastfeeding in the mall.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, I've talked to some people about it. Like, they're guys, and they're like, well, if you can show your boobs, I can show my dick. And I'm like, no.
Somebody said that to me, right? So I walked up, I go, excuse me, these have purpose. Your nipples don't.
Next time you feed a child with your dick, you're going to
like, it'd be inappropriate for girls to walk around without pants on, or people with vaginas to walk around without pants on. It'd be inappropriate for people with penises to walk around without pants on, because nobody asked for that, and that's sexual harassment. But boobs, like, it's just like, these are literally lumps of fat.
It would be fine if it was like guys also had to wear shirts.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Well, thank you once again for tuning back into the Golden Girls channel. I love all of you. I hope you have an amazing weekend whenever I release this. Thank you so much for all of the unconditional support I have received from so many of you, and for those of you who aren't supporting, I hope that you learned something at the very least, and I hope that everybody gets just as great of an experience out of this as the Golden Girls have.
I have this, okay, on my shoulder, I have this burn.
That's a burn? I thought it was like a burn.
No, it's a burn. And like every single guy that has seen it, every single guy, well, not every single obviously, but almost every guy that has seen it goes, is that a hickey? Like,
it's brown, what?
it doesn't even remotely, okay. It doesn't even remotely look like a hickey at all. Like, not one bit. And they're just like, oh, it's on her shoulder near her boob, it's a hickey. Like, no, it's a burn.
I got puppies. Oh, and I've got some plants.
That's my favorite button. So Maddie.
Really helps that Kate can draw.
Yeah.
If it were me, we'd just be looking at a stick figure.
Michael Jackson. No. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is dead.
Dead.
I mean, I have
No, he's alive.
That
giant
that. It would be.
Did you just say nipping?
Yeah.
Yes.
What you use?
Yeah, like when you're
nipping hard?
Yeah,
like nipping?
Yeah.
If you have any questions, you want to help out, or you have something that you want to tell me, you can feel free to email me at project's email, which is I'm going to put down in the caption. It's goldengirlsproject@gmail.com, pretty easy. Also, feel free to visit our Instagram, which is the Golden Girls Project. There you can see posts that we've made that either have to do with the project, events that we're doing, fundraising we're doing, pictures during filming, and also just posts about that agree with what we're trying to preach and all of that. So until next time, have a great life, practice what you preach, and spread some love.